Good afternoon, it's Roger Gilbert here at VIV Europe. It's the last day of the show and I'm on the Dinnissen stand and I'm with Peter Raven, and Peter's going to tell us a little bit about their vacuum coater that's on display today and other equipment they have on the stand. Peter?
Good afternoon, my name is Peter Raven. I'm account manager for Dinnissen. So I'm pretty much in contact with our customers who have a requirement for our supplies.
And what have we here?
The machine that we have over here is a vacuum coater, and actually it is a machine that for the high infusion of liquids on extruded on pallets.
And can you explain briefly how it's working?
Yes, I will. I will do that in short. Normally the machine is closed, of course. So this is how it normally looks. We close the hatches. Then what happens is we fill the machine with a product that is done automatically, and the product is this extruded that we're talking about. Next we start mixing. We start the vacuuming of the system, so we pull a vacuum on the system. Next we inject liquid on the product. Then we break the vacuum, so air comes into the system, and that makes the liquid infuse in the product. So that is more or less what happens in the machine.
And what sort of volumes are we talking about?
The smallest machine that we have is a 10-liter machine, and that's actually a manual machine, so we fill it manually, we operate it manually. The biggest machine that we have is a 3,000-liter machine, and in pet food we can produce 25 tons per hour with that machine. In the feed industry, again, depending what you're adding in liquids, we can go up to 30 tons an hour.
And how do feed manufacturers respond to a vacuum coater?
It's a machine that's quite innovative. It's more or less still a little bit new to the market, but in the end, what you get from this machine is you get a better product, you get a dry product, you get a higher infusion of liquids, what is required by the market at the moment. So better products.
And are we talking about enzymes or are we talking about fat? What sort of products liquid products are you injecting?
Yeah, we're talking about all kind of products that you can inject as in the liquid phase. So we're talking actually, as you say, about enzymes, we're talking about vitamins, we're talking about fat oils. Yeah.
Excellent. And besides the vacuum coater, what else do you have on the stand this year?
Well, next to the vacuum coater, we have over there we have a hammer mill, and that is it's a hammer mill. It's a special hammer mill.
Can we go down there and take a look at it?
Go there? Yeah, absolutely. Let's go there.
Now this is a Dinnissen hammer mill.
This is a Dinnissen hammer mill. This is a hammer mill that was produced for a customer. At the moment we have 3 of these hammer mills in production. It's a special hammer mill, I have to say. With this hammer mill we can produce in the feed industry a finer meal as is normally in the feed industry, up to approximately 30 tons an hour. But what we have designed this hammer mill for is for the pet food industry and for the aqua feed industry. That is what it actually was designed for. The reason why it's special is more or less why it has special beaters. And because of these special beaters and a high speed in the hammer mill, we can really fine grind a product. Even fatty products can be fine grinded without disease blocking. That is more or less the...
when you say fine grind, can you give me an idea of the screen size?
Well, screen size is kind of... when we compare it to a normal hammer mill that you typically use with the normal beaters in the feed industry, then with this hammer mill we can grind on a 1.5 mil sieve, and we can grind just as fine as on a normal hammer mill on 1 mil. But due to the special configuration of beaters and high speed, this one grinds much finer. So when you use a 1 mil screen, you can even grind as fine as on a normal hammer mill on a screen of 0.6 mil or 0.8 mil.
And that would lead to greater efficiencies, I would have thought.
Well, more or less what you're doing is you're grinding finer. You get when you require finer grind, then with this hammer mill it is possible without the screens blocking. And that is a big advantage.
Big advantage. And changing screens, is that quick on this hammer mill?
When you have a qualified, skilled operator, with this hammer mill it's done manually. You can change your screens. The real action of changing the screens will take approximately 2 minutes.
Fabulous,
fast.
fabulous.
But I haven't taken into account the stopping of the hammer mill, of course. But you still have to stop it. So when you need a VFD, frequency converter, to stop the hammer mill, to do that also rapidly, of course.
And what sort of throughputs are we talking about in motor size?
Well, the smallest one is a 300 mil wide hammer mill. This one. The biggest one is the 1200, and that is what we're seeing here. This is a 1200 millimeter wide hammer mill. The throughput, of course, it depends a lot on the screens. The screens that we're using. When we have a 1.5 mil screen in the feed industry, so a very fine product, then we're talking about a throughput of approximately 12 to 15 tons per hour with a motor power of approximately 250 HP.
So it's quite efficient.
I think this is a very efficient hammer mill for the product that has to produce a fine product. Yes.
Excellent, and it's good to hear that it's going into the aquafeed industry. Congratulations.
Thank you very much for that.